Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. It's a continuation of the classification. Today's topic is Kingdom of Living Organisms. Scientists have been trying to classify living organisms in various centuries. In fact, even Aristotle classified living organisms on the basis whether they lived on land, water or air. But biologists wanted a broader system of classifying living organisms. Hence came the five kingdom classification. This five kingdom classification proposed by Robert Whittaker. Whittaker proposed that organisms should be broadly divided into kingdoms based on structure of cell, mode of nutrition, interrelationship, and body organization and reproduction. Five kingdoms of living things are animals, plantae, fungi, protista, monera. First of all, we see about the animal kingdom. Animals are usually easy to recognize. Most animals can move actively hunting for food. Some animals have in the past been confused with plants for very long time. Sea anemones were classified as plants because they tend to stay fixed one place and their tentacles look rather like flowers better. Common characters of animals. Animals are multicellular. They have nucleus. They feed on organic substances made by other organisms. Plants. The plants that are most familiar to us are the flowering plant, which include most kinds of trees. Types of plants including ferns and mosses. They do not have flowers. All the plant in green color caused by a pigment called chlorophyll. Plants are multicellular. The cells have nucleus. The cell wall made up of cellulose and often contain chloroplast. Feed by photosynthesis, may have roots, stem and leaves. Next, fungi. For a fungi, very long time, fungi were classified as plants. However, we now know that they are really very different and belong in their own kingdom. Shows the characters features of fungi. We have found many different uses to make of fungi. We eat them as mushroom. We use the unusual fungus yeast, make ethanol and bread. We obtain antibiotics such as penicillin from various different fungus. Some fungi, however, are harmful. Some of these cause food decay, while a few cause diseases including ringworm and athlete's foods. Fungi do not have chlorophyll and do not photosynthesis. Indeed, they feed saprophytically or parasitically on organic materials like fecus and human foods and dead plants or animals. Fungi are usually multicellular. They have nucleus. They have cell walls, but not made up of cellulose. Do not have chlorophyll. They feed by the saprophytics or parasitic nutrition. Next, Protista. The kingdom Protista contains quite a mixture of organisms. They all have cells with a nucleus, but some have plant-like cells with chloroplast and cellulose cell walls, while others have animal-like cells. Without these features, most protists are unicellular, but some, such as seaweeds, are multicellular. Characters of Protista. Protista is a multicellular or unicellular. Cells have nucleus. The cells may or may not have a cell wall and chloroplast. Some feed by photosynthesis and other feeds on organic substances made by other organisms. Next, prokaryotes. Bacteria have cells that are very different from the cells of other kinds of organism. The most important difference is that they do not have nucleus. You will meet bacteria at various stages in your biology course. Some of them are harmful to us and cause diseases such as tuberculosis and cholera. Many more, however, are helpful. You will find out about their useful roles in the carbon cycle and the nitrogen cycle in biotechnology. In the treatment of sewage to make it safe to release in the environment and it making the insulin for the treatment of people with diabetes. Some bacteria can carry out photosynthesis. The oldest fossils belong to this kingdom. So we think that they were the first kinds of organisms to evolve. It's a common characters. It's a unicellular. They have no nucleus. The cell wall's not made by cellulose. It's not have a mitochondria. Classifying animals. The most animals classified into two groups. One is vertebrate, another one is invertebrates. First of all, we see about vertebrates. These are animals with a supporting rod running along the length of the body. The most familiar ones have backbone are called vertebrates. Class fish. The fish all live in water except for one or two like the mud skipper, which can spend short periods of time breathing air. All fishes are vertebrates with scaly skins. They have gills, they have fins. Next, class amphibians. Although most adult amphibians live on land, they always go back to the water to breed. Frogs, toads, and the salamanders are amphibians. Common characters of amphibians, they are vertebrates with moist, scaleless skins. They laid egg in water and larva lives in water. The adult often lives on land. Larva has gills, adult has lungs. Next, class reptiles. These are the crocodiles, lizards, snakes, turtles, and tortoises. Reptiles do not need to go back to the water to breed because their eggs have waterproof shell which stops them from drying out. So common characters, vertebrates with scaly skin. Eggs lay eggs with rubbery shells. Next, class birds. The birds, like reptiles, lay eggs with waterproof shells. Common characters of birds, they have vertebrates with feathers. Their forelimbs have become wings. They lay eggs with hard shells. It's endothermic. It has a beak. The heart has 4 chambers. Next, class mammals. This is the group of humans belongs to. Common characters of mammal as all mammals are vertebrates with hair. It's how placenta. This placenta is used to protect the baby inside the womb. The young ones feed on milk from mammary glands. It's endothermic. It's have 4 chambers heart. It's have different types of teeth, incisors, canines, and premolars and molars. Human is